Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. My name is Susie. I do plus size fashion, beauty, and a lifestyle. For today's video, we're doing the beauty portion of it. We're doing an updated makeup routine. This has been so highly requested, and I think it must have been around the time that I started switching my skin, makeup, foundation base routine, because I did one recently, not very recently, but I did do a makeup routine a bit ago, and it was like, I started getting a lot of DMs and comments saying please film an updated one because your skin looks amazing. And I love you guys for that. That makes me so happy because I also feel that way. I've been feeling so good about my foundation routine, and it is from the drugstore. My foundation from the drugstore. So it's exciting for all of us because it's an affordable, budget-friendly foundation and it works like a luxury product. So if any of this interests you, just keep on watching. All right, I really want to get up close and personal for this video so you guys can really see my face and what I'm doing and just the textures and products I'm using. Just gonna clip my hair back because obviously we don't need hair in the face. And I already put on a primer. I put on the Milk Hydrator primer. My favorite primer is the Luminous one from e.l.f. This is actually my backup, which is crazy because that is one of the most affordable products that is amazing. Just goes to show that more expensive does not mean better. But anyway, moving on. So the next thing I'm going to go in with the Luminous CC Cream by IT Cosmetics. So I used to use this as a foundation, but now I'm actually using it for what it's meant for, which is just color correcting. And it has an SPF 50 in it. I just love it. I put pumps onto my beauty blender and I will just put this on. So you can use this just as a foundation. Go ahead if you want a medium to a light coverage. I would say absolutely, because your natural skin will completely shine through. But I used to be a specifically just medium to light coverage kind of person. But I've recently become more of a full coverage kind of girl, just because I feel like I like that really bam in your face makeup transformation. I think it just comes with doing YouTube and just being in the beauty world, is you just end up testing more products and trying more routines. So yeah, I'm just going to sponge this all over my face to get rid of the redness, and then we're gonna go in with some foundation. All right, so now I'm going in with my foundation, and this is kind of the reason why I'm filming this video, is to share my new foundation routine. This is the Hydrate and Smooth by Maybelline. I use the shade 120 and 125, but since I'm not wearing any self-tanner, I'm just gonna go in with 120. And I just put it on a flat surface and I kind of work off of there. And I love the luminosity that this foundation gives. I'm telling you, the fact that I haven't been using this for years is an actual disgrace. I don't understand. I keep using the camera as my mirror. It's just habit, but I have a mirror right in front of me. So I'm gonna try to use this. I'm telling you guys, this works like an expensive foundation. It is crazy good. I just really recommend it. It's become my go-to very quickly. And now I just feel like I don't reach for any of my other foundations. I'm sure there'll be a time where I switch my foundation because I feel like I always do. But this is just something I think I'm gonna love for the rest of my life. Because how can you not? Do you guys see the glowiness that's in this foundation? It's crazy. So I make sure that I bring this way down my neck as well. And I work it in. I spend a lot of time with the Beauty Blender because I feel like it makes a very big difference. If you actually take the time to work it into the skin, it's gonna look a lot more skin-like than you're just oh, it looks blended. And yeah, sure, that's fine, but there's a difference between blended and skin-like. So I just really recommend that you take your time with your Beauty Blender and spend about a couple minutes really just working this into the skin. All right, now I go in with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer in the matte finish in Medium Peach. I specifically love this color in the concealer because it has a bit of a peachy undertone, which helps with color correcting. But I always find, anywhere where I'm at, I can never get my hands on this shade. I always have to make sure that when I do find it, I get more than one so that I always have a backup because it's just so good. And just pretty much, these are the places that I put it. That's pretty much what we do. Lots of concealer. I'm going for a very full coverage glam look for this video. So I'm just doing the most. So I blend the under eye last. So I just, again, go with my Beauty Blender and just do a tapping motion. I just find that this concealer is better than the Shape Tape and it lasts way longer. Like honestly, I remember when I used to use Shape Tape and I would go through it quicker and it was very expensive, or maybe it just felt like I went through it quicker because of the price. But I just find this product I can use for so long, like one tube of it. Okay, so I'm just letting that sit a little bit longer, and I'm just gonna get my setting powder ready because I like to set the under eye as soon as I sponge it out. And I'm going in with the Dragon Beauty under eye setting powder. I recently picked this up from Morphe. It's actually really new to me, and I like it a lot. So just use your favorite under eye setting powder. And now that that's been sitting a little bit, I am going to sponge this out with the flat side. This is my favorite beauty blender, guys. If you've not tried this, it's called the Contour and Highlight Beauty Blender by Morphe Cosmetics. And it is extremely affordable. It's like the same price as like a drugstore one, like $9 or something. Maybe it's a little bit more than a drugstore one, but it's just, I've been hooked on it ever since I tried it a few years ago. Okay. Nice bright under eye. So I also like to grab the remaining product and dab it onto the eye area. So then it's time to set. So I'm going in with my little Laura Mercier poof. Use whatever poof you have because it makes a big difference to do it with a poof than a brush. And then I'm just going to tap this in underneath the eye and do a little bit of baking just to set it. Just to set it. I don't really do baking very often, but if you want that flawless under eye or snatched cheekbones or whatever, baking can really help achieve that. So there's a little bit of extra powder that I'm leaving underneath that I'm gonna brush off in a bit, just a slight baking. And that's the under eye. It just looks flawless, and it does, I feel like under eyes still tend to like crease depending on like what you're doing and things like that, but I find that it can just minimize the creasing because I'm not going to sit here and be like, you'll never get creasing, because makeup does not remove lines. And if anybody has an actual foolproof way, I just brush a little bit on this eye, my eyelid as I wait, just with a brush, just to get rid of the, because I put concealer on my eye, so it's going to crease in there if I don't set it. Now that that's been sitting a little bit, I'm just gonna dust it away with this brush. It's like an under eye powder brush. Just like that. So now we're gonna go in and bring some life to the face, because right now I am one tone everywhere and I'm just like not feeling that. So obviously it's time to warm up the face. So I'm gonna go in with the Rimmel in the shade 1042, the Multitasker Concealer. And I love to use this to warm up my face and I use it as a contour because I recently have just been into cream or liquid products for my face because I just feel like powders just don't give me, I meant to tap that side. I don't like it when it's in such big pieces. That's a little bit too much contour on that side. And then I just go right here. And then this is something new that I learned. So if you have a double chin and you don't like it, especially for photos, go like that and like that. 2 lines. It's gonna draw a shadow, especially in photos, and just make your face look more snatched, like the jawline will look more snatched. I put a little bit underneath the lip, and then I go on the side of the nose. And I also like to bring it a little bit here to start carving out that eyelid. It'll just make my eyeshadow, sorry, I'm like really focused. It's just gonna make my eyeshadow a little bit more snatched when I do it like that. So this is all the places that I put contour. I know it looks crazy right now and it looks like a lot, but trust me, when you blend it out, it just sort of makes sense. And I blend out my contour with a brush. So this is just like a brush about this size. This is the Morphe collaboration brush. And I go in circular motions to blend this out. I feel like I put too much product on today. I genuinely feel that. But I always think that, and then it becomes so nice at the end. So I'm just gonna trust the process like I always do. Because because I'm like, I do this every single day. I don't know why I'm still like, oh, I think I put too much on, because I love a really contoured forehead, because I just don't want my forehead to look big. So that's pretty much how quickly it blends out. It's so simple. And then the next thing I do is the cheekbones, just like that. But guys, look how seamless and easily it blends out. I just love that so much. And then the same on this side. And I always put my contour really high on my cheekbones because of the fact that it will automatically drag down naturally. So it's better to put it up high than low, because then it'll drag your cheekbones down. So this is how I do it. And now I'm just gonna blend out the rest of this. So I blend it down with a brush, but then I also go over with a beauty blender around here. So it gives this like shadow that goes down and it snatches your jawline. I don't know if it's like coming up on camera. I'm hoping that the lighting is good. I'm still kind of working on that. And then I just grab this nose blender contour brush and I just blend out the nose contour, because I feel like this is the way that I get the most control. I absolutely love nose contour. I feel like it's one of the greatest ways to make your face look snatched, and it's just, it brings everything together. It's so good. So then I also go in with my beauty blender and I will just sort of sponge this out just to make it look a little bit more, I'm not gonna say natural, because nothing about what I'm doing is natural. Just more like seamless, I guess. And then I also do it underneath the lip, to cast a shadow, so your lips will look a little bit more plump. So the next thing I do is my eyebrows, and I just take a spoolie. This is just like a brush from Mad Love. I'm doing my whole brows using Mad Love products. So I just brush them out because I feel like it works better to use the eyebrow stamp if they're brushed. So then I go in with my favorite stencil, which is this one, and I grab my little stamp here. I use the medium brown color, and I just put this on like this, just like that. And I will just put this on like that. You take it off and you have a pretty good base to work with. So then I just have to wipe it off because I have to use the other side of the stencil. But I just feel like this is the quickest way to do my eyebrows. Obviously I still like fix them up afterwards, but this just at least gives me the base to work with. So then I do the same thing, just put this in here, grab the stencil and pop this on just like that. And then I just do the same thing on this side. So now that the eyebrows have got the stamp on it, or the stencil, I will grab my spoolie and take some of the product and kind of drag it to create like a ombre effect up here. It is so easy. So I just kind of will do the same. You can kind of do whatever you want. Everybody does their eyebrows differently. It's just like a known thing. And then always I feel like I take off a little bit of the product. All right, the next thing I do with my eyebrows is I just grab the little brush side of this and I go into this stamp, grab some product, and I will just kind of fill in this front area. You don't want to have too much product because I want it to be lighter up here, and then I will brush it out. It just looks like a lot of product right now, just to kind of fill in your brows where you want them. And then again, you're just going to use your spoolie to minimize that product. If it looks messy, you can just sort of clean it up with your beauty blender, or you can go in with concealer underneath as well, which is what I'm gonna do. I just grab a flat brush like this, and then I go in with that same concealer I use underneath my eyes, and I just grab a little bit on it. And this is a really quick way to clean up your eyebrows. And I just go like that, and the same on this side. It is so simple, and it makes it look like you took so much time on your eyebrows, which I feel like for the purpose of this video, it kind of feels like I did. I normally do this in like 2 minutes, but just need to be a little bit more thorough when I'm talking about it. And then I'll just blend it out. You can bring it all the way over here if you want. Highlight the brow because we love a highlighted brow. So now it's time to move on to eyes. I go in with this Revolution Iconic Lights and Contour Pro palette. And I'm going to go into the middle 2 shades here with one of just like a brush that's like a medium size, kind of stiff. And I'm going to put this in my crease just to start shaping, like carving out the eye. And I always go in circular and windshield washer motions to get the best no harsh lines eyeshadow blend. The same on this side. Tap it off. So that's like the first step I do with the eyeshadow. And then I will go into the far shade over here. It's the bronzy one. It literally is, I'm pretty sure, a bronzer. And I will put this into the crease, but I just won't blend it out quite as high. Like the other one was more as a transition shade. I keep this more like in here. I still obviously blend it out, but you guys get it. It just starts creating some dimension. And now just do the other side, same thing. Keep that kind of in here and carve out that eye. So then I go into the darkest shade, which is at the end here, and I'll put pretty decent amount on my brush, tap it off a little bit, and I'm gonna keep this on the outer corner specifically. I'm not gonna blend this, I'll blend it like into the crease of the outer corner, but I'm not going to bring this all the way into my crease, just because I want a little bit darker on the outer corner than I do the rest. At this point, I'm just making sure that everything is blended out really well, and everything kind of meshes together. And then I will grab that same white brush that I was using, and I'm going to go in with those 2 middle products, and I'm going to go underneath my eye, just because that also needs color on it. And then I'm going to go in with a different brush and blend that out. So now I'm going to go in with a flat brush like this, and I already put some powder in here. I put this matte white shade, and I will just put this on, stamp it onto my eyelid to bring some of the lightness back over here, because when I do my eyeshadow, it always gets fallout on the lid. Very slight, it just helps brighten it up. You can put a shimmer color and totally skip this step if you want, but this is sort of like my everyday way that I kind of do my eyes. So now that's done, I'm going in with a tiny little brush like this, and I'm grabbing a little bit of that shimmer right there, and I'm gonna put this in the inner corner right there to kind of brighten up the inner corner as well. And then I'm just grabbing a smaller flat brush and doing the same thing for the eyebrow. Just popping a bit of light color up there. I really need to wax my eyebrows, honestly. Guys, I know you're probably seeing all of the hair follicles underneath everywhere, but it's okay. It's okay. You won't be able to tell from far away. And I put a little bit of this on the tip of my nose, since we've got it out, and along the bridge of the nose too. Like that, and upper lip. Those are kind of the points that I highlight on my face. All right, now it's time to put on some eyeliner. So I go in with this tiny little palette that I have. Any dark brown shade that you have will work. It's not really that picky. Literally any dark brown. Then I just go in with a flat brush like this, and I'm going to create a line right there. It's literally so easy, so much easier than using liquid liner, and plus I feel like liquid liner is so harsh, and it doesn't really look good on everybody in my opinion. So, and then I just will create a wing like that. You can obviously create this a lot less dramatic, make it really small, and then I'm just gonna fill this in, and we're gonna have a wing. I always feel like this wing looks crazy, but the reason why I do it is so that my eyelashes blend more, and it looks a lot more put together when I curl my eyelashes, put on mascara, and then pop some lashes on. I just feel like it's really important that I do this in order to get a seamless blend with lashes. So now I'm gonna go in with my current favorite mascara, which is the Lash Princess by Essence. Everybody was hyping about this on the internet for so long, like it's not even new. but I was like, there's no way a mascara from Essence is that good. Like, it's like a couple bucks. But they were right. First of all, it has a curved brush, and I just love the way that it applies. There's no clumps really, and it's just an amazing, affordable, you know, mascara. Just a quick coat of that, and then we're gonna go in with lashes. So I'm going to I cut the ends off of these lashes because I felt like they were too long, and I put these on actually yesterday. I normally reuse my lashes quite a few times, but they're just from Amazon, and this is the Velour Lash Glue, and I just put this on and let them get tacky, and then I stick them on. I have a backup of this glue, thank goodness, because I'm so close to being done. Honestly, the look just comes together when you put on lashes. It's like the most exciting part. So I just put my lashes on, and then I use my tweezers, and I do this little stamping motion on them to kind of like merge them with my lashes so that they look more, again, not natural, but there's not like a gap between my natural lash line and the lashes. And just sort of do that until I feel like they're pretty good. And I slightly put them up at the end to give a little bit more of a lift, so they're not actually on my lash line at the end of them. But yeah, that's pretty much like what these look like. They're pretty dramatic, but I am going to a holiday party today, so it's totally fine. Plus, my everyday lashes, which pretty much these are now, are dramatic because I'm dramatic. It is what it is. Love that. So then I'm gonna go in with a little bit, I'm gonna go in with that little fine brush that I had earlier that I was using for the wing. And I'm gonna grab a little bit more of that powder or that dark brown, and I'm gonna put this right on the outer corner of the lower lash line. Just right there. And then I'm gonna blend this out with a brush. I'm just gonna go in with a small brush like this. I make the weirdest faces all the time, guys. Just like that, a little bit blended out, kind of smoky. You can obviously skip some of these steps if you're doing it for every day, but I'm amping it up slightly because I have somewhere to go. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with the eyes. And now we're gonna go in with a very light eyebrow pencil. This is a hack that I have been doing for years, and I love it. To brighten up your under eye, you can go in with white or a very light nude pencil. Mine is from Maybelline, and I will literally just go like this on my waterline to kind of brighten it up, like that. And just do that on both eyes. And it just really opens up, gives it like that dull look. I used to put black eyeliner on my like lower lash line. I feel like we all did that when we were younger, but I feel like a light color is transforming. It looks so good and clean, and I just absolutely love that. So now for my favorite part of doing makeup, I'm gonna go in with blush. I normally use like these little liquid blushes, and I love them. Actually, I think I'm gonna go in with a little bit of that, and I'm gonna mix it with my favorite blush. Just gonna put a little bit of that on there like that, and we're just gonna pat that right there. It looks purple, so it seems scary, but it's just this gorgeous color, and it's extremely natural. Like, you cannot go wrong with a lot of liquid blushes. They're very easy to correct. And I like to bring this up pretty high. It almost like, it's like going in with my eyeliner at this point. So I put a little bit of that on, and then I'm gonna go in with the cream blush by MAC, which is in the color Grand. And just gonna grab a little bit on my beauty blender like this, because so that one was a liquid and this is a cream. And then just tap that on. Gorgeous girls always over blush. Gorgeous girls are always in a rush. I saw that on TikTok. I did not just come up with that. Like that. So cute. I love the way that blush brings something together. And now we're going to actually set the face because we're almost done. I just gotta get my setting spray. So honestly, I am starting to think that setting sprays and setting powders like for your face are like a hoax, and that they actually ruin your makeup, because right now I've got no setting powder on my face because I never put powder on my face. I feel like it is bogus. It does not make your makeup last longer. It makes it creasy, and I don't care what anyone says. I'm using the Morphe Luminous setting spray, and I put it onto my sponge instead of directly on my face, and then I will just put this over with the sponge. If you do this with your setting spray, you will really notice a big difference. Instead of just spraying it on directly and getting that splotchiness and it'll break up your makeup, it just works so much better to do it this way. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. And I feel like your makeup lasts longer this way because you're like pressing it into the skin, and kind of melting all the products together. I just love it. And now I'm just going to line my lips. I'm using the Butter Pecan Lip Liner by Jaclyn Cosmetics. And just gonna do it here, overline underneath, and overline here. Just like that. And this is like the Mario method that everyone's been doing. Instead of overlining everywhere, it just kind of casts a shadow. And then I'm just putting on a lip gloss because lip gloss is more fun, it just doesn't last as long. This is the Anastasia Toffee lip gloss, and I just love this formula so much. If you're a fan of lip color, but you don't really like lipstick, you're gonna love these formulas because first of all, they're like full coverage and actually give you a great color. And they're not really sticky, but you're not really wearing a lipstick and it's really easy to apply. So that's kind of the full makeup look, guys. I'm gonna give you a bit of a close-up. That's where we're at. It's very glowy, very dewy, luminous, perfect for New Year's because you guys can do this for Christmas or New Year's because I'm hoping to upload this tomorrow, which means it'll be up Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas to you guys. I love you so much and thank you for all of the support you guys have given me this year. But I'm going to go and do my hair and then I'm going to come back and show you guys it all done and maybe I'll like change my shirt and put on some jewelry. All right, guys, I just quickly threw some curls on my hair and changed. This is the finished makeup look. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I had so much fun filming this, and that way you guys can sit down and get ready with me for Christmas because I'm probably going to be doing my makeup like this tomorrow as well because you guys will be seeing this on Christmas Eve. But I'm just really excited to bring this out to you guys. I've had a lot of questions recently. I think as I was switching my makeup, people were like, something looks different. What have you been using? So I hope that you guys enjoyed it and you found it helpful. If you did, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Comment down below some of your favorite products that you've been loving. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Merry Christmas, and I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.